I know a lot of people are considering the new Galaxy Watch 7 because it's the latest and greatest from Samsung. It's also a more simple and cheaper option compared to the Ultra. But now that I've used it for a while, I thought I would give you a few reasons why the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic might actually be a better option. First off, it has the same size battery as the Watch 7, 425 milliamp hours, but in my testing, I feel like it actually lasts longer than the Watch 7. I can usually get 3 full days on the 6 Classic with light use, where the Watch 7 feels like the battery life keeps getting worse the more I use it. Obviously, there's probably more variables in battery life on watches versus smartphones because of the different lifestyles, but for me, when using both watches in a very similar manner, I probably get half a day to 1 day longer as far as battery life on the older Watch 6 Classic. The Classic is 47 millimeters, the Watch 7 is 44 millimeters. So if you want a bigger watch and you don't want to pay extra for the Ultra, the Watch 6 Classic is a pretty good option. It is going to be heavier, but it's made of stainless steel, which might be a little more durable than the aluminum Watch 7. It also has what I think is one of Samsung's best features in a watch, which is the physical bezel that rotates if you don't want to use the touchscreen. It also kind of vibrates with each click as you rotate it, which is definitely a nice touch. As far as colors, it comes in black or silver. I've got the green Watch 7. There's also silver, so black's not an option. You also have the same sensors in both watches, except you don't get the temperature sensor with the Classic. You also only get dual GPS on the Watch 7. Nice thing is you can use the same exact 20 millimeter watch bands on the 6 Classic as the newer Watch 7, since it has the same type of connections. I do like the look of both watches, but if you're wearing this for fashion, the rotating bezel might have the slight edge. Now when it comes to software, they're both on Wear OS, One UI 5 for the 6 Classic, One UI 6 for the 7 as of this video, but they're going to be very similar. I even had to look in the settings for each watch just to make sure they weren't the same Wear OS. So you're going to get a lot of the same features in the Classic as the newer Watch 7. You also get the same 2 GB of RAM in the Classic versus the Watch 7. It does have the older Exynos W930 processor versus the newer Exynos W1000 in the Watch 7. And I know Samsung claims the processor on the Watch 7 is 3 times faster with 30% better power efficiency, which does sound good on paper, but when I use these two watches and switch back and forth, I don't really feel much of a difference between the two. Again, it may depend on what types of stuff you'll be doing, but if you only use it for occasional workouts and really only use it to keep track of steps and sleep, they're gonna feel pretty much the same. For now, I know that I'll probably continue to switch back and forth because I like both watches, but I feel like if you already have the Watch 6 Classic and are thinking about upgrading to the Watch 7, I would probably look at the Galaxy Watch Ultra, as long as you don't mind not having the rotating bezel, and of course, it's gonna cost more than the Watch 7. But if you like phones, tablets, and other tech, I've got quite a bit of stuff that I'm working on, so you'll wanna keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.